Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at Douz in Tunisia. It's often called the gateway to the Sahara.
That's right. And lots of people feel it offers a more, well, authentic desert experience compared to some of the better known spots.
Yeah, we've dug into some articles about what makes Douz special. So our mission today is basically to pull out the must-know info if you're curious about, experiencing the Tunisian Sahara there.
It's a fascinating place. Location-wise, it's south central Tunisia, maybe 520 kilometers south of Tunis.
Quite a ways south then.
Yeah, and historically, it was a really key crossroads for Saharan trade caravans. It sits right on the edge, kind of where the salt flats, the Shots meet the actual dunes of the Grand Erg Oriental.
Oh, interesting. So you get different landscapes right there.
Exactly. A surprisingly diverse area, actually, and it's home to the Marazig Bedouins. Their culture really shapes the town's whole character.
Right. So, okay, if someone wants to go. How do they actually get there? What do the sources say?
Well, the usual route starts with flying into Tunis-Carthage International. From there, you've got choices, maybe a domestic flight down to Tozeur, which is then like a 2.5-hour drive.
Okay.
Or you could go overland directly from Tunis, a train maybe, or hire a private driver. That's a longer haul, maybe 7, 8 hours.
And more local options.
Yeah, There are the public louage, those shared taxis. You might need to change in Gebas, though. Or the SNTRI buses. They're pretty budget-friendly, but, schedules can be a bit limited.
Got it. So once you're actually in Douz, what about getting around town or heading out?
Douz itself, the center, is pretty walkable. Local taxis are easy to find and cheap. Just make sure you agree on the fare first. Probably, 5 to 10 dinars inside town.
Tunisian dinars, right?
Yeah, TND.
Yeah.
And you can rent bikes, too, maybe 10, 15 dinars a day. But for the desert trips, yeah, you'll need a 4x4. Best to book that through your hotel or a proper tour operator.
Good tip. And languages. Currency we covered, Tunisian dinar.
Right. Arabic is primary, but French is very widely understood. You'll find some English in tourist spots, but French is more common. Visa-wise, for most Western folks, it's usually visa on arrival.
And critically, best time to go.
Definitely October through April. Avoid the summer. Seriously, it gets incredibly hot, over 40 Celsius.
Oof, yeah. Okay, so you're there, avoiding the heat. What are the absolute must-sees? The big dunes, I assume.
Oh yeah, the Grand Erg Oriental. It's right there, really accessible. The dunes are just stunning, especially sunrise or sunset. One article even suggested, walking barefoot a couple of kilometers in.
Just to feel it. Wow.
Yeah. And you can get guides for that, of course. Then there's the Douz Grand Market, the Thursday Souk. It sounds amazing. Super lively, lots of commerce, but also just a social hub.
And crafts. I read something about Bedouin craft.
That's right. In the northeastern part of the market, you can find authentic handmade stuff there. It connects back to the culture, which you can learn more about at the Douz Sahara Museum.
Ah, the museum. What's highlighted there?
It covers Bedouin life, oasis farming, which is fascinating in itself, and the natural history. They apparently have a display on a traditional Bedouin wedding.
Neat. And the oasis
It's
itself.
a Palm Grove oasis, yeah. It's huge, over 150,000 date palms. It's what sustained Douz for literally millennia using irrigation systems that date back to Roman times. Meeting a farmer there would be incredible.
Wow. And what about those salt flats, the Shots?
The Zafrane Salt Lake, it's supposed to be this otherworldly landscape. Best in winter, apparently, when you might get those mirror-like reflections on any water. Just stick to marked paths.
Good safety point. And there's a festival, too.
Yes, if you're there in December, the International Festival of the Sahara, camel racing, horsemanship, music, dance, sounds like quite the event.
Definitely. And you can't talk Sahara without mentioning camels, right? Trekking.
Absolutely essential. You can do short rides, just get a feel for it, or go for multi-day expeditions way out into the desert. And 4x4 safaris, too, for covering more ground.
Okay, and food. What should people try?
Lots of local specialties. Look for bisas, zamita, majuba, and of course the Degla Noor dates. They're famous. There are restaurants, but apparently the Thursday market food stalls are where it's at for adventurous eaters.
Sounds good. Let's circle back to the culture, the Marazig Bedouins you mentioned.
Yeah, Douz is really tied to their nomadic culture, known for hospitality, and their master camel breeders. You'll see the adobe architecture, too, built for the heat. It's also worth remembering the broader Berber or Imazigh heritage, the original North African inhabitants with their own language, Thomasite.
Right. So wrapping up with some practical tips, what should people definitely pack or remember?
Layers. Definite layers. Hot days, cold desert nights. Check the weather forecast. Maybe look at Merzouga in Morocco for a similar climate comparison.
Good idea.
Power bank for your phone and camera. Tunisian dinars, small bills are useful. Sunscreen, hat, sunglasses, absolutely crucial. Bring a reusable bottle, definitely. You can buy bottled water easily in town, but it's harder to find out in the desert. Pack snacks for those trips too. Oh, and maybe a Ziploc bag for sandy clothes?
Huh, practical. And general etiquette.
Just be respectful. Dress modestly, especially away from tourist centers. Ask before taking photos of people. And really important, use reputable guides for desert trips. Never, ever go into the dunes alone. You know what makes Douz stand out, I think, is that blend. It's relatively easy to get that Sahara experience, but it still feels deeply connected to the local Marzig culture. It's not overly packaged, maybe.
Yeah, it seems to offer a genuine window. It makes
Right.
you think about what draws us to these vast desert landscapes, doesn't it? The beauty, the history, the sheer resilience of life there.
Absolutely, there's depth to it.
Definitely. So when you imagine standing there looking out at those endless sands around Douz, it's worth remembering you're standing on centuries of stories, a real connection to a unique and enduring way of life. Something profound to consider. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.